dimensions.
And I don't want to restrict into defining them into a form, but I do see a lot of pictures online, and different people have defined it in different forms. What do you think is the source of that imagination?
Well, I think that we come from that galactic DNA, so we have within our genetics, again with this galactic DNA, that gives us a perspective, a way of communicating, of seeing it. So different people will see different groups. You know, one might see a little tiny being this way, one might see a tall, elegant, light being. And it depends on where they have had incarnations and the kind of things that they connect to, or the contracts and vows that we make on soul levels to come into bodies and perform things. I have worked again with people who have had galactic experiences from around the world, and the most amazing experience that I've had with that is that all of them, even when they're abductees and they are scared of it and it's terrified, but when you go into their own soul level, they discover that they are those beings that have abducted them, and that they have made contracts and vows to come into human form, to expose the human genetic encoding to their own group. It's a very shocking thing. But when they discover that, their fear of being abducted, that whole conversation falls away. And so their perspective becomes whatever they have experienced, you know. But you can't just say a galactic looks like this or this, because they look, I mean, we cannot count the ways that they take form.
So there are beings, there are infinite beings, even in both directions, as advanced as possible and as not so advanced as possible, and it's up to us what we attract.
That's right.
Into our life.
And what we want to do is attract those that can speed our own evolution. For example, on the planet right now, why do we fight? Because we have very constricted ideas about God. You know, the God particle gets stuck in almost all of our wars, or it becomes the pretext of all of our wars. So if we connected with galactics, we would be able to evolve our sense of the divine. And this is very important to us. Or what I think is very important is to discover ways of using energy without destroying our planet. We're destroying our planet right now. And this has happened through eons of time and eons of planets in multi-universes, you know, where people have had to actually leave the planet. Now, your children and your children's children will leave this planet. Right now, here in New Mexico, you can, we are getting ready to have the first station where people can actually go out to space. What will that do to our concept of ourselves as humans, ourselves on the planet Earth, ourselves as a part of a galaxy, etc.? And certainly ourselves in this